Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is a YouTube exclusive ending of The Pale Beyond. Every once in a while, although this is probably only the second time I could think of actually, I am not able to fit a game fully into my stream schedule, but I love finishing games. That's my whole thing now. So here we are. We're going to finish this game, and this goes up on YouTube. So hopefully you enjoyed the ending. There could be 10 minutes left. There could be an hour left. I don't know. So we're going to find out together. I've taken much longer than average to play this game thus far, so wouldn't surprise me. So that's right. So we just landed on land, maybe an island of some kind, and how do I just hit continue? I do this every time. Select a week to continue from. Well, not week 1. Yeah. Okay, week 39. Here we go. So I really thought we only had to make it to 38 weeks. I thought the game was ending like 10 minutes before this. But no, here we are. We're in pretty decent shape in terms of we've only lost 2 crew members, although we have 4 wounded, so I don't know how that's going to go. We have 47 heat and 28 food. That seems all fine and dandy, except in terms of resources, we've got nothing. So we've got 1 leopard seal to eat, and sledding dogs to burn, because I'm not going to eat them. So, I don't know. It causes demoralization, although I guess we could eat 1, and then we could eat this, and then I could burn the rest. Maybe that's actually most efficient. I don't know. It's 24 degrees, though, so in terms of how cold this game gets, it's actually much better than before. And like I said, we could have 10 minutes left, or we could have an hour left. I really, truly have no idea what the goal of this area is. I guess we're looking for, theoretically, survivors of the last ship that did exactly what we did. But also, Templeton told us there was rescue on the way, and we just needed to make it to week 38. So we did that. We made it. Where's our rescue ship? Should we just camp here? I don't know. Let's go to the request tent and start this week. I haven't done anything yet, so I don't know what's going to be thrown at us. Yeah, let's talk to the engineer. The carpenter sent me. Says we ought to get building some proper gravestones for the dead. Can't say I disagree. Yes, but there's only 2 dead? Oh wait, did I lose more than 2? Shoot, how many did we have? I thought we had 25. Well, property OG will also be expected. It would be best if you consider your words now, Captain. This is a difficult time for us all. Doctor! I have news! Good news, mostly. He's stable, resting now. But, oh wait, did I? Okay, I think I already read all this, and then I ended the stream, so it went back a little bit, because now I remember this. He should be able to walk. Okay. He's stubborn, isn't he? Frankly, he's lucky it wasn't worse for him. Oh, excuse me. A little cough. Won't go away. Sounds like the scouting days might be at an end. Absolutely, Captain. I'm telling you, by no account can Kirk partake in any strenuous activity again. He needs as much rest as possible. Sure. You know what? I should have listened to you. Just kidding. I just wanted his loyalty. I shouldn't have listened to you. We needed Kirk to survive the boats. Everybody survived the ship, or the sailing. I don't know if there's like some dice roll in the background or what happened there. We progressed beyond the last known location of the Viscount. Answers to a disappearance may lie on this isle. Once we are through here, I would recommend you scout the area for any signs of human activity. For safety, of course. For safety. That's it. You see an engineer tinkering away some navigational equipment with his usual sour expression. He places his equipment on the side and lets out a grunt. Darn thing still doesn't work. We don't need it. We have a navigator. Do you think it could be the environment? Gives you a sideways glance. Maybe. Couldn't begin to know. Not like we have any experience for this. Not a soul has come this far south. No one knows what's ahead. Having trouble? A more noticeable limp from the man, forcing him to use his cane. What do you want? Still trying to get that compass working again? Threatened that I might. The look on Kirk's face is one of hesitation. His eyes dart around. Do we long to avoid the gaze of Hammond? Yeah, they had like a big fight just 2 weeks ago, so probably doesn't want to fight in his state. I have to declare something regarding my previous actions. Why am I getting involved? I would just be silent, but whatever. Carry on. Well, I believe that in dire circumstances, pride can often take the better of us. What are you trying to say? I would just like to apologize over what I said earlier. I got carried away. And I see it did neither of us any good. You're right there. It's not in me to hold a grudge, Hammond. Least of all, trapped out in this cold. Enough with the appeals, just spit it out. We should be working together, and more importantly, I'm sorry. From the bottom of my heart, I apologize. Well, there he goes. Accepted. Excuse me, what was that? Apology accepted. And do you wish to apologize to Kurt, Hammond? Like, I'm not. Sorry. He can apologize if he wants. I'm not going to treat them like a child. But I am going to say I expect you two to work together from now on. Maybe he can get the compass working because he might know the direction, so then you can kind of tweak it a little. It's got to be the, like, weird magnetic poles and stuff. First and last. I've fought before. Could have fooled me. Well, I suppose it would be off. Best luck with your adjustments. No chance of getting working here. We're relying on you. I'm sure I'm a relic compared to your machines. I'm relying on you. Ah, I see. Well, there we go. We saved the furnace somehow. This is still somehow, theoretically, the ship's furnace is right here. I don't know enough about furnaces or ships to really poke fun at that, but I'm fairly certain it seems ridiculous. Zoom. It's funny, the like scroll is so fast, but the zoom is kind of slow. I know you can adjust it. Yeah, let's look at this. Does that make any sense? I don't know. But what I do know is we're quite spread out again. Alright. Visit the gravesite. Read the inscriptions. Oh, I thought I was gonna have to sign people. Mr. Gloss and gnomes. Hey, I have only lost 2 people. That's probably better than some people that have played this game. Inspect. Hey! Inspect the Karen. Found a letter, some supplies, and a bolt-action rifle. Is this from Captain Hunt? Is it possible they got here? Oh. To who finds this message, here lies the final testament of the Viscount. Well, so much for that. We made our arrival on the east shore of the island before moving on. We established a cabin to mark the landing point. There you'll find enough supplies to support a crew of 20 for a full year? You know, the game said that about 6 months before, and then I had a week's worth of food, so that was super confusing. I think they say stuff like this, and then the game doesn't quite calculate it like that. While charting the perimeter of this island, the crew came across a cavern at the mouth of the central mountain. Captain Whelan decided to split the crew in order to chart the location further. His half have elected to enter the cave through the open stream, while we have been sent to mark the western coast of the island. I don't trust the captain. His actions of late have been erratic, cagey. He has avoided all questions from myself and the rest of the crew. His behavior has only exacerbated since encountering the cave. Enclosed in the instrument you may need in some time. If you find said instrument to be missing from its... Karen? Then you would know that the worst has occurred. If you're reading this in our wake, another poor crew sent to this isle, heed my advice. Turn back. There's something truly wrong with this land. It has felt the touch of the three sisters, cursed to swallow poor sailors whole. If you're wise, you will not allow this to happen to you. Turn back. Signed, Bertram Reynolds, head scout of the Viscount. Take the letter? So we should not explore this. We should wait for our rescue here on the land. Like, maybe explore enough to go hunting, and that's it? Yeah, what do we do? Is there, like, anything to do? I have 4 wounded crew members. I would love to heal them. Hopefully that's possible. A wave of ease and rest falls over the crew, safe and fed. Dinner ends slowly, and the crew makes their way to the graves. The eulogy awaits. Speak to the doctor. Captain, we've come a long way, haven't we? Not much longer now. Yes, rescue isn't far from reach. The crew can breathe a sigh of relief. Hopefully rescue's not far from reach, I don't know. Before we move on, there's something I have to confess, something I've carried on my back this whole time. I don't feel right keeping from you any further. I mean, you've kept it for 39 weeks. Just hold on to it. It's fine. I allowed Captain Hunt to abandon us. Explain. When the ship was going down, I saw him. I watched as he grabbed his supplies. He began to take off onto the ice. He saw me, but didn't say a word. You know I was too spineless to do anything. I couldn't even bring myself to tell anyone. He was right. I was too spineless, until now at least. I mean, that's what we assumed happened, so I don't really think it's that big of a deal. And now you know. It wasn't your fault. Expect no punishment for this. Yeah, whatever. Like, who cares? So he just didn't say that he saw him running away. We knew he ran away. A ship, like a lifeboat was gone and a bunch of supplies. Like, oh, the mystery of what happened. 5 loyalty. I didn't help. Every time I could have done something, I froze up and carried that guilt with me. I'm sorry. The truth had to come out. Do what you want with this information. I'll accept anything you decide, Captain. Nutley walks off, returning to his tent. Captain, is there something I should be made aware of? What? What do you mean? What? Yeah, what do you do? Yeah, we're keeping no secrets. What do you mean? Mr. Templeton has been snooping around, interrogating me about my report. It seems when he's approached rescue, he's taken upon himself to approve what lies in my writings. He's taken upon himself, correct? You didn't send him? Templeton is acting on his own accord. Good to know. I'm no stranger to people who want to omit part of my work. Yeah, I was gonna say, you kind of have to expect this, right? But it's not me. I don't care. I was not hired as the captain of this. I'm just some crew member who was elected captain. I saw plenty of it covering the riots. I have no intention of censoring this report. A story not based on the truth is worthless. If I have to leave parts or fabricate others, And then what's the story worth telling in the first place? Yeah, no, I agree. We're in agreement. You could always gloss it up a bit, says Kurt. You turn your head to see Kurt approaching. Apparently having eavesdrop on this conversation. What do you mean? Well, a story can be plenty honest, but require a little bit of polish. What about your films? Weren't they the honest accounts of your expeditions? They were. Well, more or less. More or less. Alright. We'll appease everybody. Like, I kind of want to get on with the, like, task of surviving. Like, do we hunt? Like, I don't know what we're doing here. Buy loyalty. Oh, I'm not interested in mostly true. I thought you, of all people, would understand the tricks a camera can pull. How about that? Oh, she didn't like that, but he did. Where how others go about it. I won the Fiddler Prize doing it my way. I'm certain Kirk has. No need to lie in order to manage grow. I guess I'm supposed to just, like, I have to decide which one I get or lose loyalty from right now. I don't want to be any part of this conversation. I want to just be like, hey, have a good day, you two. Like, do you need me for this conversation? I'm sure she has no need to lie in order to paint us positively. Alright. What are you suggesting, Kurt? I just feel we've braved so much we deserve something a flattering write-up. Perhaps some omissions are necessary. Such as what? Many of the crew come from backgrounds not best shared with the public. And more has happened here than should remain on the ice. Perhaps some of their crew had unexpected health issues that made them appear weak. Are you asking me to admit your heart attack pretend it didn't happen? I'm not asking you anything. I'm simply suggesting that people won't want to hear about anything like that. When they read of these expeditions, they want to hear brave and daring adventures, not ordinary men with weak hearts. You just want to protect your image, don't you? What? No, it's nothing of the sort, but I'm no fool. I see exactly what you're trying to do. Can I just get out of this conversation? Let's not debate this matter. Can wait until we are on our way home. No, this is important. I don't think you need to be so concerned about your image, Kurt. Well, that's your mistake. Oh, again, I don't want to be here. Walk away. Where's the walk away button? I don't care if they're fighting about this. They can figure this out. They are adults. They don't need the captain's intervention. Can't expect me to perfect role model you see in the films. I'm only human. Alright, skip. Exploits a legacy, blah blah blah. Looks at you. Her usual upbeat melted away into disbelief. I can't lie on your behalf, Kurt. You don't understand the power of optics. Every part of your report puts my livelihood at stake. Your livelihood or your image? The cold truth is, there's no difference. Well, that he's not wrong about. And you, Captain? Do you believe this as well? You're free to publish as you please. Oh, 15 loyalty with Kurt. No. I'm so disappointed in you. Please, I'm simply saying that sometimes it's better to reframe reality. Oh my god, can we just, again, I've made my call. You wanted me here, I made my call. Do whatever you want. You're pathetic. Oh. Well, that was worse than I thought it was going to be. How's my loyalty with him? Okay, we're still solid. We're solid. Oh, wow, we've lost loyalty with Templeton. That's interesting. Templeton and Grimley. Grimley, I expect. Templeton, I'm surprised about. Here, let's see if we can get up some right now. We've escaped the ice. We're on land. We're so close now, Shaw. We're so very close. We both saw the Karen Captain, traces of the expedition which came before us. I believe we can still find the Viscount. Our mission continue. Why is finding the ship so important? Because some things are greater than our lives, the individual. I've chosen to live by that philosophy my entire career. I know, after all this, the specifics of what you employ may seem inconsequential. But tell me, Captain, do you think Appertons would pour all this effort, put so many lives at risk, if they didn't think there was something truly paradigm-shifting at the end of it? We still have a mountain to ascend. I don't think for a second that we aren't going to finish what we started. Make this clear. I have no intention of recording the bike out. Here, you know what? We'll say this because I want some loyalty with them. Yeah, 15. Nice. That was the right call. Part of me also, like, kind of agrees with him. Like, in reality, I'm like, camp here at the beach and wait to be rescued. What are we talking about? And if rescuers come and there's a full ship and they're, you know, they're not, like, in bad shape like us, then we could take a crew to finish the job. But, like, it seems like after this grueling of a journey, being stuck on the ice and losing our ship and everything, like, why would we risk so much just to continue? One last thing. What happened to your captain's hat? I gave it to Junior. He earned it. He leaves. And, oh, everybody's visiting the gravesite, right? Head to the eulogy. The crew all called together before you. You tentatively lift yourself onto a crate. Hushed whispers roll through the audience. Kasha readies her ledger and pencil once again, awaiting your next words. How will you deliver them? As if nothing has changed since you last did this, with renewed optimism befitting... So everybody's on my side now, as opposed to the last time I talked. With the weight of the loss resting on your shoulders, with the implication and confidence in impossible results you've achieved so far. Is it... I really want to say that we've achieved. Like, is this one like a selfish choice? I know you can't fully read that, but it says with the implicit confidence in the impossible results you've achieved. Like, it feels like that's selfish. As if nothing changed, with renewed optimism befitting solid land. Yeah, I'll go renewed optimism. The irrefutable evidence of progress can be felt beneath your feet. Crew looks at you, miserable. Scars of the sails pass exposed under the light of day. I'd like to begin by honoring those we've lost. I'm not one for grand speeches. Yeah, that seems unnecessary to say that. I'd like to begin by honoring those we've lost. That's why we're here. That's why we're in front of the gravestones. The eulogy begins. Stowe brothers begin a tune together in remembrance. Read the names. Omit the names of Rufus Hunt and the missing crew from the Temperance. Include the names. Shoot. Do we include them? We don't have gravestones for them. We don't have gravestones for them, and the crew built the gravestones, and they didn't build theirs, so we're going to admit them. Grimly stops playing and calls... Oh, well that was the wrong choice. Your list is short, Shaw. You're missing a few names. And what names are those? Hunt and the rest. Oh, well, I guess I can't take this decision back. I don't believe I am. Oh, boy. Include the names of the lost dog. Wow, the eulogy has ended. The crew is looking for you for answers. Kirk speeds up. Oh, wow. Well, I kind of, like, destroyed my reputation with them, didn't I? Part of me wants to just, like, go back. I guess some decisions you can't take back. They didn't build them... They didn't build them gravestones. What is our current priority? Man, that was bad. That was really bad. I lost like 10 and then 15. Like, that's more than I've ever even gotten with them. I can't even... Like, this dude freaking hates me now. Well, I guess I continue. I mean, but they abandoned ship. Like, they didn't die. I mean, they're probably dead. If they're not dead, then why'd they abandon ship? We must reach that cabin. We must reach rescue. We're heading home. No matter what, we must scale the mountain. Alright, reach the cabin. Templeton throws you an unsure look. Whoa, 50 decorum. The assurance of solid ground seems to stir those who are listening. Well said, Captain, indeed. Well, we don't have much time. Best to be moving back. Well, I messed up, and I guess I should have read Hunt and the other crew's name. The crew are granted the time they need before eventually disperse, returning to their camps. Well, I got plenty of decorum, so that's good. There's actually... There's just no option to do anything else. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I can't assign... assign crew members. Alright, I don't know how much fuel I'll need for this evening. Okay, I can't assign people to anything. So I have one person with... I have one person freezing. Let's see what we got. I have one person freezing, not frostbite, but I don't even have a medical tent, so I can't fix them, so... Shoot. I mean, it looks like we're gonna lose another person. And I've got 2 wounded people. Wake up shaken. You wake up shaken, literally, by the engineer. He stands over you, bug-eyed. For a moment, you think you're back on the Temperance. The ship is sinking! That's actually how I wake up, so just a little bit of a joke. He shakes you harder. The jolt brings you back to your senses. Shaw, it's Cordell. What about her? There's food and supplies missing from the stores. She took the bolt action? Wow. I think she's trying to make a run for it. Lead the way. What? After getting up, the 2 of you charge out of the tent into the snow. I found tracks heading up towards the mountain pass. Okay. Follow the tracks away from camp. It's a half an hour before you finally spot her, ascending the dead mountain. There she is. Go back to camp. I'll handle this. Does she like me? There she is. Yeah, she likes me a lot. I'm not letting you screw this up by yourself. Let's approach slowly. Follow my lead. You both creep towards her silhouette. Get closer. She picks up on the sound, slowly turning back to spot the both of you line of sight. She clears her throat. Captain Shaw, Hammond. What do I owe this surprise? Oh, she's holding her gun on us. Don't play coy. We know why you're up here. And you seem several steps myself. And what am I apparently up to? Please educate me. Getting a head start on tomorrow's scouting and a fine idea. Let's be nice to her. Fine night for it, yes. And a fine story. I don't think either of us believe that's what I'm doing. Stanberry's expecting. Then you should be doing what's best for those pups. What does it look like I'm doing, Robin? If you leave, you're ensuring their demise. Perhaps, but that's more of a chance out here than with the rest of you. I'm not going to allow Stanberry and I to be part of this expedition any further. Oh, she's mad at us. Do you really think the 2 of you will be better off without the rest of us? I mean, that would be true for the rest of our dogs. Ooh. I do. Those puppies will be my new litter. I'll start over. Certainly not the first time I've had to do that. Snowfall begun to set on you both. You should have come to me first. Yeah, you should have come to me first. We both know that wouldn't have worked. It's not the leaving I'm concerned with, it's the theft of supplies. Then let me convince you now. We're max loyalty with her. You know, I have petted this dog every possible chance I can get. Do you think... You might feel that you don't need us, but we need you, both of you. She's still listening. It's a miracle that everyone's made it this far, but how long is it going to last? You've seen Templeton. I'm going to need people on my side who care about more than the stupid mission. Most of the people at Expedition are half your age. Let's go with this one. She probably doesn't like Templeton. You've proven that you can take care of living things. Can you help me do the same? Oh, I think because she's loyal to me, I passed this check. Oof. Grimly hates me, so whatever check we're gonna have with him is not gonna work out. The three of you begin the long trek back to camp. Stanberry follows patiently. Ooh. Not a word is spoken on the journey back. Yep. Week 39 land. Aren't we still on week 39? Hey, I didn't have to use any food or resources. Kasha, careful. Oh, this is a horrible idea. What are you doing? You turn your head to spot cover precariously over the edge where Cameron is lining up a shot. No, this is a bad idea. You've got a good shot of falling to your death. Get back over here. The ground isn't safe. You can't trust anything beneath your feet this high. Yeah, obviously. Kasha doesn't heed their warnings, instead lining up the shot and snapping it cleanly. There, no issue. It might just be a banner image for my report. Probably a pretty solid image. The civilian is done being foolish. Might we move on? Kasha nods and turns back to join the rest of the crew, and then she slips and falls, right? Only for her to slip on the ice beneath. You lunge forward and pull her towards, so she isn't hurtling over the edge, but her initial stumble sent the camera falling below. That was a close one. My camera! Be thankful the camera took your plans and not yourself, young one. Despite the reassurances, Kasha moves back over the edge of the cliff, peering, searching for her camera. I can't lose it. Everything from this expedition was on there. That's not true, because I have seen her developed photos and her notes, so that is a lie. Wait, I see it. Nonsense. It's a blip on the rocks. You can't see the ground from this distance. No, it's not on the ground. It's snagged on the ice. It's not far down. I can climb down and not a hope. You want to go back to climbing? If I lose that camera, my entire reason for this nightmare goes with it. That's not true. I'm getting that camera. She turns to you. Captain, we have to do something. It's just a camera. You still got your notes. My notes aren't enough. The worlds need to see photos to believe this. She has some photos. I've seen them published. They're not all just on the camera. This is your mistake. You'd fall to death. It's your own fault. I'm not going to put anyone else's. Aren't they? You'll have the testimony of the rest of us. The story comes from you, not the machine. Kirk steps forward. I'll do it. Have you two gone mad? That's actually what I want to say. It's my understanding that it was a prerequisite to attend this expedition. Now, that's not a bad response. That is not a bad response. Let's go. Kurt affixes the rope to Kasha. Locking her in tight for the climbing gear. Leave the climbing to me as the civilian. Her safety is top priority. I would re-suggesting, thinking this plan, we cannot afford to lose our navigator. It's because I'm the navigator that I'm going down. If I can't save the camera, no one can. Oh. That would be a preferable option. Wow. Okay, well... Oh, they have ropes. Okay, I thought they were free climbing. This is a little less crazy. Still crazy. Still crazy. A little less crazy. Oh, my hair's out of whack. There we go. Kurt pays no heed to the protests of the Templeton, continuing to climb down with Kasha in tow. Thank you. Don't thank me until the job is done. Bad luck otherwise. They're risking their lives for a bloody picture box. You should stop this now. Get back here this instant, that's an order? Yeah, that's not gonna work. I'm not crew, and you're not my editor. You can't order me around. Okay. Great. Kurt and Kasha begin to slide down the cliffs at a steady pace. Kasha keeping her eye on the camera. Easy now, easy now. You can do this, Kurt. Reassuring yourself isn't very reassuring to me, you know. Okay. I think I can get it from here. Think? Both of you, please don't make any rash movements. She collects the camera. There we go. Now let's get back up. Job well done. Let's climb back up. I am very nervous. Kurt begins to adjust the lines in his camera gear, prepared to lead Kasha up, but the extra weight from the camera causes a rock beneath Kurt's feet to crumble, and the former film star goes hurtling back. Oh no. He snaps to a standstill, the line between himself and Kasha still intact. The weight of the big man's fall pulls Kasha back towards the face of the cliffs. Schmack! Like, blast. Kasha, are you alright? We can see the cliff. What's happening? This blasted line won't hold me. Pull us up. The rest of the crew hang back, lest any added weight to the cliff causes a more dire incident. As you look down, you see the pair flailing helplessly. Kasha spots you. Pull! Everybody pull! Yes. The crew stumbles to start pulling the rope up. No doubt the dangling weight of Kurt is also putting a strain on the back end of the rope tied to the jagged rock peak. Yeah. You notice the rope begin to fray on the edge. So does Kurt. Yeah, hurry up. Nick Aviator pulls out his knife. Kasha. She looks down at the man as he shouts. I always promised myself I'd lose a few pounds, but it was a little late for that, I suppose. Take a photo. Of him falling? What? Take a photo of me for prosperity. Once in a lifetime shot. No. Do it. I'm afraid the old ticker won't hold out. Can't give any more strenuous than this. No. Drop the camera. Apparently it weighs a lot. Oh, that's the camera falling. One research, one camera. She reluctantly drops the camera into the void. Oh shoot, does that mean I only have 29 research now? Start cutting the rope. Don't you dare. Everyone heave, come on. Faster. The faster you all pull, the faster they get up. As they reach the peak, Kurt burst into relieved laughter. Oh wow, they made it. Okay. Interesting. Don't laugh, that was terrifying. We made it alright, I think. Still, that was, well, just like the movies. Yes, it was quite daring. Might we move on? I'm glad you both made it out. I was so worried. Can't believe this show business fake would be actually daring. Come on, Hammond. I barely believe it myself. But it happened, and believe me, this will be a full page in my report. I don't require the credit. Stop the vote. You're allowed to be proud of yourself right now. You're a real hero. Okay, well that was horrible. I had to say, I guess technically the way this game works, this is like Act 4 or something. I just kind of generically always lump things into 3 acts, although 3 and 5 it's not technically how things are required. But that's, you know, because of my theater background, I almost always say 3 acts or 5 acts, so I don't know. If this is Act 4, this is Act 5, this is Act 3, I don't even know at this point. This game does do acts, so I guess I should pay attention. But I have to say, this, like, stuff around the island is some of the most engaging parts of the game. I wonder, and not to, like, criticize, but a game with so many choices and options, it feels like you want to replay it, but that middle is big. That's a big middle. I almost wonder if it should kind of go like week 1 through 8 is compressed into week 1 through 4, and then 8 through 22 is like 5 to 8. You know what I mean? Like, just really compressed. Or maybe they just flip it on its head and these are called months and not weeks. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. I don't make games, but that's just my opinion playing it. Like, I could see the value of like replaying and make different decisions, but that middle is so big that it just feels kind of like I don't necessarily want to go through that again. But all this island stuff is very interesting, very different, and it's like the scene keeps changing, and I love this fixed background. This like essentially it's just like a piece of art. It's just like a drawing, you know. And you look at it and you go, yeah, this looks like somebody like painted this. That's great. You will go up close and you lose the realism, but then you get that feeling of a painting. Anyways, I'm enjoying this ending. The dog stuff, wish there was just an option to cut that out entirely. I would have found a way to get those dogs on the boat. I don't care. I had plenty of room on one of those boats. A cave. One boat had one person on it. A good spot. Some shelter from the winds. Still, what lies inside? It may prove a danger. We should tell them about the note? Why haven't we told everybody about the weird note we read? The crew gets to work setting up camp at the peak of the mountain. The camp is set. Okay. Whoa. Can I have people work? No. I still have one frozen person and one injured person. All right, let's talk to these two. They should be pretty thick friends now. Thick friends? That's a weird thing to say. Captain's just my luck, isn't it? Excuse me. To make it this far and to lose the camera in the final hurdle. We should be grateful nothing more was lost. Kirk approaches. Pestilence lets out a small chuckle. Yes, that's the bright side, of course. Your life is more important than a camera. Yeah, still, would have been nice to recover it. Of course. I'm not taking this for granted. Something I should say. Past comments I made. Forgiven. Well, allow me to apologize first. No, I understand now. You can't convince me to lie in my report. I'll tell the entire truth. I understand. The truth is, Kurt Darling is a true hero. You needn't say that. I've caused my fair share of trouble on this expedition. I don't intend to hide that from anyone. But your heroism is more important to share. But what did you tell me about inspiring others? Thank you. I could only hope another young Kasha Belcour reads my report. I hope they grow up to be less reckless than you. You deserve to be commended. Alright. You don't deserve anything. That shouldn't be our motivation. Chasing glory has been my vice for too long. Whatever they write about me, it has my blessings. There. I can expect honesty. Thank you, friend. And thank you. Alright. Command tent. What does everybody want? Templeton? The only person at the request tent. It's time. We're at a crossroads, and a decision needs to be made. We both read the cairn. We know the location of the Viscount lies in this cave. We're this close. Our mission's end lies in wait. Well, we're at the cave. We've already gone up this far, and the cave's not a bad place for shelter. I kind of want to explore the cave. At this point, I've come this far. I do kind of want to explore the cave. Okay. What if pursuing it causes us to miss our rescue? Yeah, I'll ask him. I want to see his opinion. They can always send another ship. The Appertons don't stop at one. Okay. What if, if what I read is correct, the shore cabin should hold enough rations to last us a full year. We can afford the risk of missing a single rescue ship. I think it's worth it. Oh, jeez. We should secure the cabin first before returning. Yes, absolutely. Let's do the cabin and then do the cave. Right, of course. But this mountain is perilous. Can we survive a second trek? Be sure to inform the crew of our movements as soon as you leave this tent. I know you'll make the right call, Captain. If the cabin has a year's worth of supplies, then we go to the cabin. Right? You look across the ocean. Abandon the mission and seek a rescue ship. Wow. Do I actually have a real... You notice the company pointing directly towards the cave. Forgo the rescue ship insurance for the Viscount. Well, why not both? Is there a reason I can't do both? These people are... Oh! They're making out. Standing close to face, faces pressed closely together. She alerted you to your footsteps. Open your eyes, which you quickly widened as you spotted. Whatever, they pull away from each other. Captain, you could have cleared your throat or something. Or just, sticking together for warmth? A clever decision. Yes, quite clever. Very clever of us. Also, I think it's a good captain is just joshing us that our Shah is quite dense. Congratulations. Like, I honestly don't care about this. I just, whatever ends this conversation the most. Thank you, Captain. We should be thanking you for placing us in the same fin. Oh! I clicked the dialogue option that I didn't mean to click. You don't take issue with this. So when will you be holding the wedding? This expedition is, like, gone off the rails. Like, whatever. Ah, good one, Captain. Presuming all goes, of course, well, not for another year or two. Or 5. Now, Doctor, you know me. I live fast. 5 years is fast. I think I could whittle you down. I'm joking, of course. It's far too soon to speak on that. Well, forbidden or not, we are here at the end of our journey, I hope. Matters of the crew to the past. Sail home. She's not even part of the crew. Who cares? Agreed. Like, I don't care about this. Like, hey, I'm not playing a romance game. Like, let's get on with this. Not command land. You shouldn't grow too confident. I wish you both happiness. That's what you deserve. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Great. Loyalty. These people already like me. Okay, I got an achievement called For Warmth, Find Love on the Ice. Perfect. Well, alright, let's do all the love ones first. You notice Kurt and Hammond huddled around the boiler, deep in conversation. Their heads perk up. Captain, didn't see you there. Apologies, Captain. Seems we're both caught up in our work. My work? You're just watching me. Okay, that's kind of funny. But you did manage to pick out the materials. We're just replacing the spygrass I cracked on the mountain. May not be any use for us in this cave, but you'd never know when you might need it next. Ah, once again, my boiler comes in handy. Kirk, I've been meaning to ask you how you're faring up the incident. What do you make of this cave? Well, we're not going to talk about his heart attack. He doesn't want to talk about it. It's an odd one, no doubt. A lot of questions. We shouldn't be answering. Our priority should be get to shore, not go spelunking. Coming from you, isn't that the point of your films? Kirk puffs out his chest. Oh, so you've seen my films? Just the one. Now, what'd you think? Pure BS. I should have figured. I think they're rather good. I haven't seen enough to judge. I think they're rather good. Thank you. Of course you'd say that, Captain. I just can't get over the inaccuracies in it. What inaccuracies? You take me a fool. I knew a stage shot when I see him. Well, they did clean up a lot in editing. I don't get it. You just don't understand. You're a navigator, Kurt, and you're a hero. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. Thank you. So why do you star in all those phony films? I wouldn't call them phony. They may not be picture accurate, but they have the power to inspire people, more than any true story could. Wow. The films have inspired me greatly. Alright, you know what? Like, can we get over this? You really like that stuff? Yeah, I do. Everyone's entitled to their taste. Though I do appreciate your more cynical approach. In fact, it's clear that there's one thing I'm in need of. Someone who can keep me grounded. Good night, Kurt. What do you say? I was wondering, would you consider, spit it out, Alright, would you consider joining me after this, on further expeditions? As an engineer? Yes, but also as a level head, I need someone like you. I'll think about it. Wow. The two of you on the same crew again sounds like a recipe. Perhaps I could join you both. Asking for a job, Captain? The three of us on the same crew again? That's bound to go horribly wrong. Perhaps, but I think it genuinely helps pull us together. Pull us through. Hammond pulls up the replacement spyglass. Anyways, here you go. All finished. Incredible. Great work. No problem. What? My real name. Kurt's just for the media. Hurunga Tuhuro. Well, I'm sure I pronounced that horribly. Alright. See you around, friend. You too. Great. You find the crew science officer overlooking several petri dishes containing various materials picked up from the walls of the cave. Curiouser and curiouser. What's curious? Captain, observe the materials we've uncovered in just the entrance of this cave. Copper, tungsten, antimony. I don't know what antimony is, but I do know copper and tungsten. These are deposits more likely found in lakes, not all in a cave, let alone a mountaintop cave in the polar region. Nothing about this seems natural. Could this be why the Apertons were looking for this area? Perhaps. Captain, may I ask you a question? Sure. I assume you must enjoy my questions at this stage. You keep humoring them. Well, regardless, we've been working together for quite some time, and in that time, I've been able to evaluate you. After assessing your abilities and your decision-making, I can safely conclude that you're more than capable as a role as captain. As such, I'd like to offer you a job. With the Aperton Company? Yes, who else? You have precisely the right set of skills to make you a valuable asset to the company. It's time I told you the truth of who we're working for. There you go. There's even more you haven't told me. It's beneficial to keep the cards close to my chest. Until you were fully evaluated. Temperton reveals the tin can. He passes over to you. The woman modeling in the front stares back at you. Yes, the applicant. I already knew that. I already knew that. Don't focus on the name. On the face. Her. Her name is Minerva Aperton. She's the president of the Tinning Company. Her? She's real? That's kind of funny. Yes. Did you believe her to be entirely fictitious? I thought she was a model. I didn't expect her to be in charge of the company. It's an unassuming role, but how Minerva prefers it. Tin Foods is perhaps the lowest priority of the company in today's age, as you can likely tell by the shoddy work on our rations. That's funny. Instead, Lady Aperton is focused on turning her company into the only option in commerce, which is why she sought after the expedition of the Viscount. She's interested in what the Viscount found on the ice. And what did they find? No doubt there are several details Minerva kept hidden even from myself, but I'll tell you what I can. The original expedition was carried out by the government, a race to find the southmost point in the world, charter it out, and name it in the glory of science. But upon arrival, they discovered the same strange environments as we have. They chose to investigate instead of heading back. And contrary to legend and hearsay, it wasn't the cold and the starvation that drove the crew mad. It was what they found there that took their minds. And how do we know this? How about... I do want to know how they knew it, but I also want to know more about what they found. The part remains a mystery. But what we do know, there was a witness, a survivor washed ashore, half mad with their tongue cut out. They lived only long enough to get a hint of what we were looking for. It's unknown exactly what lies in wait should we find the Viscount. But from what we know, the crew of that vessel found something world-changing. This is no mere treasure. What they found was unnatural in nature, a paradox existing in the most southern point of the world. And whoever can retrieve it, bring it back to civilization, will shape the path of human advancement for the next century. What? You knew this the entire time and never told us? Yeah, sure. Were you in my position, would you have trusted me with the same information? I had to be certain we could be informed. I can forgive you, but I cannot forgive being kept in the dark. It's a legend and nothing more. This expedition was a waste. Then it is our top... I'm gonna... You know what? Calling it a waste. He's gonna hate that. 15. Negative 15. You're inclined to your disbelief, Captain, but Minerva Absalon is no fool and no liar. The secret of the Viscount is real. Now that I've told you all that I know, please leave me to my research. You turn. Mr. Templeton speaks up one more. Aye, Captain. You've never officially responded to my offer. Do you wish to work for the tinning company? I'll take it under consideration. Oof. So the deal is we talk to everybody and then we decide. Like, this can't be good, right? This is bad. Nothing they're saying sounds bad or sounds good. I want to talk to the brothers who are the only people here that hate me. I want to talk to them last. What matter? Concerning your report, but simply I have a story for you to include regarding who I am. You're a kennel master. That's true. But not the whole truth. Well, this is sudden. I can see this doesn't concern me. I'll be off. Actually, Shaw, I think you'd be interested in hearing this. Very well. I'll stay. Turns to Kasha and as the reporter quickly scrambles to gather her notepad and pen. Now, I'm concerned that you've heard them call me Lady Cordelia. Yes, frequently. I asked around, and apparently it was a moniker granted you due to how you spoke. Well, those who dub me with that name have no idea the irony in doing so. The truth is, I am noble, or rather, I was. What? What? You were? What? When? Are your ears failing you? I care not to repeat myself. Yeah, I just don't want to talk. I'm just here to listen. Why do I keep clicking stuff? I was born and raised within the nobility. I don't mean to call you a liar, but that's a big claim. Ingrid Cordelia Weston. My name is Michael Weston, and I used to be a spy. You ever watch that show? Love that show, Burn Notice. What? Kept your ears to the ground often. I'm sure you've heard of her. Yes, actually, well, she's a distant relative of the monarchy. Has a seat as an MP for a brief period. Went missing unexpectedly. Well, that's me. Not just nobility. We're speaking to royalty. Let her continue. Yeah, why am I jumping up? I have all the proof I need to show you. No need. I believe you. You do? That would certainly be an odd thing to lie about. I assume you're aware of the political system. To no end. Researching it was possibly the most dull and harrowing part of my last report. And yourself, Captain? I'm quite confident in my knowledge. I see. Well, as a distant cousin of said monarchy, I was placed in one of those parliamentary seats. You can imagine I had no interest in being an MP. My aversion towards human interaction was no different in my youth. From the age I received my first dog as a gift in my childhood, I have much preferred their company. Surely, that was once a time surely there was once a time when you weren't such a recluse. I can talk. Recluse. Recluse? Recluse. Recluse? Well, you have encountered and interviewed many nobility in your time, correct? Correct. Would you choose to just spend your time amongst those people? Fair point. So this whole time you've been traveling with a runaway MP. Yes, I suppose. It does sound quite unusual. I learned not to be surprised at this stage. But why'd you leave? The reasons are quite simple. I refuse to live that life any longer. In that world, in my position, certain things were expected of me. Act with decorum, attend every social event, keep your real self hidden until you're considered suitable to be shipped off into political marriage. A grim reality. One I wanted no part of. My choice was clear, and I didn't hesitate in my thought for a moment. I left home in the dead of night, taking only 2 things with me. One of them was a dog. And my certificate of birth, reasons more practical than sentimental, smart, and my dog for reasons more sentimental than practical. I started breeding kennel in the capital, earning the moniker Lady Cordelia among the common folk, and from them I was free. Free to feel the ground beneath my feet. I should intensely take notes. I see. So trapped in a restrictive role in society, you broke free of your chains, yearning to be independent. Yes, I suppose. Just like a wild pack of dogs to roam free. Please do not include a surface-level poetical interpretation of my actions. Politics are my calling, but okay. Or poetics are my calling, not politics. That's the opposite. No, that's good. Keep it. I still don't believe it. Have you ever considered returning? Not even slightly. The life is simple for me. Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing. Why have you shared this with me? Why now? My report. It will expose your identity to everyone. Because I trust you to tell my story. And I no longer have anything to hide. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I'll tell the whole truth of your tale. I know you will. Assuming you'll leave out that tripe about wild dogs. And yourself, Captain? How is Stanberry? Still pregnant. What? Stanberry's pregnant? Yes, quite fortunate for me after what happened to my kennel. What do you intend to do with the litter? We already know, she told us. I intend on replacing the kennel that I lost, piece by piece. Stanberry will birth a new generation of sled dogs. So you'll be continuing this line of work. Yes, I'd much sooner begin again as a kennel master than return to the nobility. Agreed, so that's your entire story? More or less, yes. I'm sure Captain Shaw has no objections to this tale. What say you, Captain? I think I'll call you Ingrid. I never would have expected. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for listening. I can't believe you trust us with this. Thank you, friend. Do not mistake this for closeness. I simply trust your credentials enough to consider you a professional. But you're welcome, friend. Okay, that's everybody that likes us. So we have only the people that hate us. Basically. You overhear the Stoke brothers engaging in what sounds like an argument. Oh, excuse me. What did you say? I'm sorry, Grimly, but I can't fool myself any longer. Let's face it, Hunt abandoned us. Here we go. Wrong. That's all you have to say, Grimly? We've been out here so long, he left us without a word. He left us to die, to be torn up in a blizzard, to be eaten by a seal, whatever else. He didn't care, did he? You don't know what you're saying. I know Hunt better than you, Junior. The captain would have never... He's not our captain. What? Leave them be. Best not to get involved in the squabbling of siblings. Yeah, especially about this. If it wasn't for Hunt, we wouldn't be stuck out here. He did this to us. Fine. Grimly storms off, marching towards his tent. Junior only lets out a sigh in response. I don't know. Like, I guess I could have gotten involved and maybe done something, but it just really didn't seem right. I wish, which I understand why they don't do this in the game, I wish there was a way to save, because I want to make both decisions, but the reality is, okay, there's some, like, mystery in this cave. We are not prepared for this. whatever ship comes to rescue us, we have a cabin, a year's worth of supplies. Right then, in that moment, we could take a boarding party and come back here. I don't know why the game is trying to pretend like... The game is trying to pretend like you explore the cave with your, like, wounded and meager resources, or go to the shore for rescue. Where's the, like, kind of more opposite, like, the more balanced option? Which is what I told Templeton. We're going to go to the cave, and then we're going to, like, group up, get our wounded, you know, back on the safety ship, and then come back up here. And if the Appleton Company is paying for people to come explore this, then let's do it. I wish, honestly, I don't know enough about geology to even be able to speak kind of semi-intelligently about this cave, but it's kind of an interesting, fun idea, especially, like, from the sailor's perspective of, like, you know, the world, the unexplored world of this time, how it contains untold mysteries, which, you know, maybe is still true. Like, we've explored, like, almost none of the ocean, so who knows? Maybe it's true. I believe the way this game is set up that this is the final decision, and the reality is because this is the only thing that makes sense. Like, yeah, we're gonna go to the cabin, get our year's worth of supplies, and try to get rescued. We're not gonna, like, go into the cave. Like, first of all, like, spelunking just generally is hard and dangerous. Do we have all the torches we need? Do we have all the rigging equipment we need? Do we have all the ropes we need? Like, no. And this guy Templeton to be like, oh, our real mission was to explore this cave. Like, well, then why didn't we come with cave gear? Abandon the mission. Here's our cabin with allegedly a year's worth of supplies. Are these gravestones? What is that? Oh no, there's more penguins. Let's kill them. That's it? Is that the ending? A colony of emperor penguins. Enough to live on for some time. Do we need to live on them? It's cabin from the original Viscount expedition. Designed to sustain life for months, possibly even years on the ice. Oh, I guess this is, we say our goodbye to everybody. Good girl. Stenberry lets out a playful bark. This is it, huh? From here on, we just sit and wait. Let's hope the Appertons didn't give up on us. They'll certainly be mad to find out we've come up empty-handed. This crew is much more important than some lost ship. You really think we could have found it? You asked me before. I'd say not a chance. But now who knows? I've been wrong enough times now, maybe we could have. Enough's happened here to change my mind on a few things. Ooh, it's kind of loud. Oh, military captains range from self-important to useless. Drunk, self-important, and useless. I didn't have high expectations for Hunt. I had lower expectations for someone he'd hire. I was wrong there. You're all right. All right, we've entered the chatty stage of the end game here. And then the music just dies off. What will you do when you return to land? You deserve a proper rest when this is done. Get some sleep for once. Nah, to be honest with you, I like the work. Maybe take up Kurt on his offer. Working with him seems a bigger gig than the Appertons. A better gig. If you're ever heading a ship again, let me know. Everyone knows you'll be a goner without me. Alright, we're going to talk by each person one by one. This is it. Well, Captain, I suppose we made it. We should be safe from here. That is, if our rescue ship is indeed coming. I suppose we couldn't cast cynicism. On this accomplishment. We should be proud to have made it so far. Do you think we could have found the Viscount? I guess I'm just asking everybody that. Perhaps, but does that matter? Is the fate of an old ship more important than the fate of the lives ahead of us? It's better to put... Well, there's also now, there's like, you know, whatever, 23 survivors to tell the story of how to get here versus one person with their tongue cut out. So, yeah. Overall, this should be good. This should be better. All right. It will be odd to return to land. My name will be in the paper soon. No doubt I'll be recognized for my past. Yeah, what do you do then? Certainly I won't be returning to my past. Even if I am known, believe me, I'll find a new home, start over with a new kennel. Done as much before, I tend to do so again. With any luck, we'll not meet again. But it's been good knowing you. It has been interesting. Promise me you'll take care of yourself. Alright, let's talk to Templeton. He's gonna be mad. Well, we made it here finally. A shame. Seems we'll never learn what became of the Viscount. It isn't hard to... it's regretful. I'll say that. I do want to know. We've come so far, I will admit, over time, it was more than a mission. I wanted to know desperately. Does it not eat at you? If I couldn't ensure the crew's safety, it would eat away more. Of course. That's for me to bear. Yeah. I do want to know, but it's too dangerous, so I'll go with that. The wonder of what lay beyond is not feeling. You can claim it for yourself. You bear much for this crew. You cannot bear your own thoughts, Captain. I certainly had my doubts for you. I've never been more happy to be wrong. I hope we have the chance to work together in the future. Our lives may be quite busy once we return. We need to work together to remain in contact. I'd like that too. We're gonna just be nice to everybody. Like, let's just get out of here. The future is unknowable. Take care, Robin. No matter what happens from here, take care. Alright, Doctor. I can't believe it. A moment of rest after all this. Yeah, you still have 4 wounded crew members, though, Doctor. Like, how long are you gonna just chill with them? Like, just being wounded? They didn't die, though. I thought they were all gonna die, so... I've only lost 2 people? Honestly, I think it... Could I have saved any of those 2? I think in that moment, the way the, like, scripting was... Yeah, I think I could have saved those 2. I think I had, like, messed up, right? Because I only assigned 1 person to the doctor's tent, and I hit close, and then it didn't allow me to assign 2 or something. Something like that. It's a coffee I got yesterday morning, and just put it in my fridge. It's cold brew. It's huge. You have no idea what day it is, because this is a YouTube exclusive. I'm not live. So when I say yesterday morning, that doesn't mean anything. Today is Sunday. This cabin, excuse me, is like a sanctuary in the oasis. Sorry, that sounded very poetic, didn't it? Something like Kurt would say. And I'm proud of you, Arthur, and so will your father be. I thank you, Robin. I owe it to you. Do you really think rescue is coming soon? I'm sorry to turn doubtful, but these are perilous waters. We know that all too well. Rescue will come. Have faith. Okay, if you believe it, then so do I. You know, I'm still... I still thought it was all hopeless, even after leaving you that letter. I had very little faith in survival, and yet, people were relying on me, Captain. I only hope I didn't let them down. No, you did a pretty good job. I mean, except for these 4 wounded people that are just sitting here wounded. What will you do when you return to land? You're a good doctor. You've proven yourself. Proven as much several times over. Yes, but there's always room for improvement, isn't there? I certainly don't intend on becoming compliant. I never felt good enough to carry my father's name, but now, thank you. Keep in contact. If you ever need a haircut anytime, I'll tell my father to treat you for free. As he should. Captain, I'm putting together the... I wonder if there's a way we could have saved the camera. Maybe you save the camera, but don't save Kurt. Like, maybe that is a choice you can make. I'm putting together the finished touches on my report. Best hurry. We're gonna be here soon by my estimate. You'll win the prize for this for sure. You deserve no less. It's not about Wordshot. It never has been. It's about the story I wanted to tell. It's funny, Captain. The reason I took on this story, interest in exploring was waning. I grew up on the stories of Kurt Darling, but those great explorers are like legends to me. I didn't want the passion to disappear. I never thought I'd be part of a tale of sheer endurance myself. Seems like a dream. Rather fortunate, don't you think? You're one of those great explorers now. That's true. I mean, somebody's got to hold the camera. It is bizarre to think about, Captain. Regardless, I hope you continue to thrive, Shaw. You deserve that much. In fact, remember to keep in touch with me, especially if you have a good story to share. They'll write books about you one day, Robin. I know I will. Or read books, I don't know. I must admit, I don't care much for the waiting around. These old bones are beginning to stir. I wish we could have found the Viscount. I understand. In a way, it would have made this expedition feel worth it, right? But no, don't doubt yourself. You put the crew above that mission. You should be commended. Oh, and I just realized my career as a navigator is just about over, isn't it? We just reached the last great uncharted part of the world. You know, when I grew up reading about the great explorers of old, I always dreamed that I'd be one to plant the final flag. I may be an old man with a limp and no flag to place, but I managed it, didn't I? What will you do when you return to land? It looks like no matter what I say, like, doesn't, like, add or remove loyalty from people, so we're just having a chat, which is kind of nice. Take a little pressure off. What will you do when you return to land? Yes, the first thing, well, I'm going to check in on my children. That's probably a good idea. Since you haven't done that. I can only hope they were worried. Oh, I can only hope that they were worried sick about me. Okay, I did read that right. Who knows, maybe my expiration days are over. Now is a good time as any to call in a retirement. I still raise funding for the field. I don't want to leave folks like Hammond behind there. Maybe. Well, maybe I'll move to the theater. Some stories I want to tell. Not about this expedition or any about home. The islands I left behind. You've more than earned your rest. Thank you. I should take all this as a sign to wind down, shouldn't I? The heart attack should be a sign to wind down. I'll always be in contact if you want to work together again. I'll make sure we do, no matter what the medium. Alright. Junior and Grimley. Oh, I don't get to talk to Grimley. Maybe I don't get to talk to Grimley because he's the only one that's not loyal to me. Right? Loyal, not loyal. 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 I actually did pretty good. Heart attack. It's about time we have a spot of good luck. Now we wait. There's enough spies to keep us here for a full year, but let's hope we aren't waiting that long. We won't. Rescue will come soon. I hope you're right. I really do. Captain, do you think Hunt made it here? Pardon me. Well, I hope we'd find him and the others tearing into the rations. Apparently not. Never know for certain. I'm sorry, Junior. He's likely gone. I figured as much. Regardless, I'm looking forward to a normal meal for once. If I see another penguin seal or tinned peach can, I think I might hurl out my guts. I get that. Though we won't be dining on plenty of fish for the next sale, I imagine. Oh, yeah. What will you do once we return to land? Are you worried about Hunt? Rufus, that man pulled us from a life on the streets. Despite us all, I'm always going to feel bad for him. But I shouldn't owe him my life, should I? He took his path. Stay in contact, Robin. If you ever sail again, let me know. I'll be happy to work with you. Back to Templeton. We best get settled in, Captain. I imagine we'll be waiting for quite some time. Like, quite some time? Like months or weeks? I mean, I thought they were going to be here. The days pass in relative silence. Templeton checks the horizon each morning, but still no sign of rescue. So we did have time. We could have sent a little crew back to the cave. Just, you know, poke around a little bit. The days are beginning to drift by now. There's sudden rumbling. Did you hear that? Best check, Captain. There's a profound shake and the sound of a large blast. Oh, did the rescue crew blow up the cave? Oh, the cave is now filled with magma. We'll never know what was in there. Oh, that's why you don't come back in this game. It changed the unusual cold peppering the snow catches your attention. It's warm. In fact, not snow at all, but ash falling from the sky. Well, gotta say I wasn't expecting that. Was not expecting that. Volcanic. The man seems clearly defeated. That's it then. Viscount's lost forever. A shame. But we're safe. That's what's important. Excuse me. But for how long? How long will we last here? A horn begins cutting through the winds of the camp. Well, I guess it was easy to find us. We're on the volcano island. Arf, arf. Wait, what is that? Minerva. That's it. The rescue ship. Fully intact. Looks beautiful. A massive icebreaker pushes through the waves. The icebreaker ship, which is what we should have been using, and arrives at the shore. Lifeboats are sent to shore. Pack up all the supplies, man. It isn't long until all that remains are on deck. Before you stands an old lady draped in finery. Oh, you recognize her on the tin peaches. Oh, she came herself. That's actually a real genuine surprise. Templeton steps forward as Minerva and her crew approach her group. Wait, she looks familiar. Is that the woman from the Tin Can Foods? Captain, I never expected Minerva to travel herself. Is she mad? She could have ended up shipwrecked as well. How familiar with this company owner? More than familiar enough. Best allow me introductions, Captain. I'm certain she'll have many questions. Templeton approaches her group. Minerva, it's good to... Where's the Viscount? Rufus Hunt has much to explain. Where's the man hiding? Hunt? Well... I'm gonna say the middle one. Like, honestly, it's this one. He abandoned the mission. He left us to die. He went missing shortly after we became stuck. Disappointing, but hardly surprising. We should all consider ourselves fortunate. This is the first purple we've seen. That's fun. Had we not seen the eruption, we most likely wouldn't have found you. You're Officer Robin Shaw, correct? In Hunt's absence, that would have made you acting captain, if I'm not mistaken. It's good to meet you. Templeton has spoken much of you. She's not gonna like that. He shouldn't have. Minerva, Shaw has... Richard, please, I'm speaking to the captain. Yes, but your counsel will be appreciated once I request it. For now, I'd like to hear you. I just wanted to see him squirm a little. I've been waiting a year for this conversation, Shaw. I shan't waste it making small talk. You stand here without the Viscount. Why is that? We're unable to find any trace of the Viscount. The mission was a failure. I prioritize guaranteeing the crew's safety. How about that? Oh, that's just a lie. I shouldn't have lied. Richard, is this accurate? Templeton squirms. Not exactly. We did find evidence of the crew's final location, and you did not pursue this lead. No, Shaw followed the lead of this to the shore cabin instead. We had nothing tangible. So it sounds like a trace to me, and I hope you aren't backtracking on your previous statement. I wouldn't mix words, Shaw. Yeah, I didn't actually mean to say that. From what I understand, you made the conscious decision to abandon the mission you were hired for, breaching your contract. An offense of this degree will see you answer in the court, Shaw. Do you understand? I will accept what girl will punish me expecting. I know I did the right thing. If nothing else, your confidence is admirable. Do any of you remaining take issue with this? Templeton, actually, yes. Richard, you do? Yes, Shaw's leadership has proven beyond valuable. We would not have made it this far without. I fully believe Shaw made the right decision in taking this route. I would stake my professional reputation on it. A strong statement. But you are still one man, Richard. Let's assess your research records. Perhaps there is something to be salvaged from this. She thinks to herself for a moment. I'd like to hear from the rest of the crew. Hammond, you don't know how much Shaw has saved. Oh, he's worked with her before, so that actually should be good. We owe Shaw more than anything. I would stake my career and reputation on the works. Okay, he's famous, so that probably means something to her. My word may not be worth very much, but it's true. With all due respect, lady, it would be a great error to apprehend Shaw. Without the captain's diligence, this crew would have starved to death a long time ago. I can vouch for Shaw's work. I have multiple recordings and documents, should you need them. I struggled for quite a bit, but Shaw pushed us on. I wouldn't be here, not for the captain's leadership. Shaw's our captain. Always kept the crew fed, that's for sure. Oh, dead people abstained. So I got everybody except for Grimly and his men. Oh. It's not even close. Oh, it's too bad the people that survived were part of his men. I got everybody else. Okay. Man, Grimly is a hard one to get. Grimly is worth 4 just on his own, and then we had two dead people. So if you had a lot of dead people, and then, like, one person against you, you could lose that vote. My word, you've really fostered a loyal crew. I didn't get 100%, but it was not too bad. Very well. I shan't fight with all of you. Captain Robin Shaw, it appears you have excelled under these difficult conditions. You will return to land considered free of any wrongdoing, though the matter of your pay will still be in question. Oh no. Don't short me a year's work. You better pay me a year's pay when it returns back heading below deck. I'll speak with her. I'll try to ensure that you're properly compensated. Thank you, Captain, for everything. Come on, Robin, let's go home. Oh, weird. What a weird ending. Weird ending. You kind of get this, like... You get this, like, final dress down, so... I mean, the game's over no matter what, but it sounds like you might either end up in the court or jail, or end up like this. Let's talk to everybody. I can't... Oh, look, I cannot talk to the guy that doesn't like me. Interesting. So once you get to this stage, there's no more loyalty shifts, so it's all about voting out. It's all about, like, just talking and them voting you. Like an ocean, air to raise an appetite. Shut. Starting to think I wouldn't smell it again. Rescue actually came for us. Been wondering if this is all a dream. Get yourself to check. Oh, glad to have it all behind us. We are. Hard to believe we made it this long. Junior pauses for a moment. We never did find Hund and the others. I wonder if we could have found them, like if that's a possibility in this playthrough. Did he make it to land? Were they taken down by a leopard seal? Are they still out there waiting for us? It must be difficult for you and Grimly. Aye, but we'll manage. We still got each other after all. That's all we can ask for. Yeah, you're welcome. Junior looks at you. Never thought I'd serve under anyone but Hunt. Life on the sea, part of his crew, it's all I've known since I was a boy. The idea of acting in his stead, well, I was more polite than Grimly, but it sickened me to my core. I was wrong, Robin. You're a good sort and a great captain. We couldn't have made it without our cook. Thank you, Junior. That means a lot. I know. That's why I'm saying it. I really do mean it. Thank you, Robin. I'm sure you're sick of my cooking by now, but maybe I'll get to whip up something before we get... Yeah. Captain, I could not be more pleased to inform you that my seasickness has returned. I never thought I'd come today to be thankful for such a thing, yet here we are. This was a difficult journey. I'm glad to be done with it. Alright, you've grown a lot since we first met. I wish my growth had come through better circumstances. No matter, it's behind us now. Finally behind us. Minerva Appleton. Does not settle my stomach. I'm left to wonder why she'd join us on the sail. Is she truly that compassionate? Does she meet us fate to fate? Do you think she should have pursued the Viscount instead of rescue? Yeah, no, I'm curious what he has to say. No, not for a moment. Look at these people, Captain. Their lives come first. They always will. Couldn't care less about the Viscount if it meant even one more of them was harmed. Takes a deep breath. I wonder, when my father sees me again, what will he say first? What expression will come to his face? Ultimately, I don't know, despite it all. He'll be proud of his son. I can assure you of that. We're doing a lot of talking here at the end. Nutley gives a slight smile. You're probably right, Shaw. I suppose I know when it happens, won't I? We're going home. Thank you for everything. If I never see you again when we reach land, I hope you remain happy and healthy until the end of your days. Alright, let's talk to Kasha. Perfect sky, don't you think? If I still had my camera, I would have a perfect photo to bookend my report. Alas, my initial report was a simple celebration of explorers past. In the end, it became a celebration of survivors present. I could never have imagined what we would live through. Okay. How about Stranger Than Fiction? Exactly. Well, I don't deal in fiction. I find it so much more fascinating. I feel I'm leaving with more questions than answers, though. Minerva's Appleton arrival has left my head spinning. So much to ponder. I doubt we'll ever get the full story. Perhaps we will someday. You should interrogate her while you have the chance. Absolutely. I'm sure that'll end well for me. Already set to take you as a prisoner. I doubt I could get a straight answer from the woman no matter how much I'd pry. You know, Captain, I've always been one to take risks in search of a story, but I wanted you to know that doesn't mean I don't feel fear, too. I do. Frankly, I was terrified throughout our journey, but I tried to hide it. I couldn't be a helpless civilian, could I? So, thank you for helping me get through. Of course. You held your own. Your bravery helped the crew as well. Is that so? Can't imagine such a thing. I support putting on a brave face while its benefit. Growing up, I was fascinated with great captains and explorers of old. I never thought I'd see The rise of the greatest yet. And one they'll sing song to, write countless books of. Thank you for making history, Robin, but I think we've both earned a rest. 4 more people. I could see the rise in the water ahead. I had doubted that we would bear witness to this day. Yeah, me too. I think remember at like week 22, I was like, yeah, this is like end game. I've got 2 weeks to survive. It's game over. And that's true, but then the game changed up the story on me, so that allowed me a little bit more flexibility to survive. From the moment I heard of your destination, I believed you were sailing to your demise, and yet you joined the expedition. And yet I did. I could not abandon my kennel. Well, we sort of did. Even were death a guarantee. I would have wished it to be with them. I'm curious, the Lady Apperton has gone through such a great deal of personal risk to be here, and yet this expedition was simply to reclaim a lost vessel, was it not? I wonder, what did she expect to find? How about it maybe carried some buried treasure? Quite a fascinating imagination. I take it you read it in a storybook once? I suppose I shouldn't mock the fantastical. Our survival proved truly unlikely in itself. Cordelia looks around at the rest of the crew aboard the ship. Good people, all of them. I had not considered this group. When I had first signed aboard, I did not expect to know them as I do. I did not expect to know you as I did. Your knowledge it's been interesting. No, thank you. Your knowledge has been truly invaluable, as was yours. Mrs. Hammond and Haswell Kirk. Not a single one of us carried the rest. I do not know if we'll meet again, Robin. I wish you best from here, and I truly do. Stanberry approaches, playfully nuzzling her head against her hand. Arf, arf. Seems Stanberry wishes you all the best, Captain. Of course. Templeton! It's a great relief to be on the ocean once more. I remember the last time we stood here, I spoke of the great expedition upon us. It's difficult to say if we fulfilled such. Worry not. You should be pleased. In fact, Lady Apperton hasn't placed me behind bars, so prove enough that we have. Let's go with that. I would prefer it if we were not settling merely on not being taken prisoner. I do not consider that a true accomplishment in itself, though I perhaps am too harsh on what we have achieved. Minerva Apperton. I would never have imagined that she would appear in the flesh here, someone in her standing. A laudable choice, no doubt, and yet... I wonder why she did this. Why does she see the Viscount so strongly? Indeed, it's a mystery that I feel I may not be able to solve. The lingering doubt will rest with me until my end of days. I truly must condemn you, Captain. Commend, not condemn, commend you. When I first bore witness to this crew, I felt an impossible task to handle them. Keep their impulses in line. Not only did I find one capable of such thing, but I found that my own impulses needed to be handled as well. For that, I thank you. Your counsel is great, helped me a great deal. Perhaps. Yet in the end, the decision was always yours. When I first saw you, Robin, I made a strong judgment. I had to do the same for the rest of the crew in our first meeting. It proved to be completely and hopelessly wrong each time. I have much to learn. I hope this will not be the last time you and I work together. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Until then, I wish you the best. Ah, feel the fresh air, Robin? After all this time, we're back at the sea. On calm waters, even. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? I'm sure it'll make for an excellent film someday. No doubt it will. It'll have to be made by someone else. The film game is behind me. I think I'll move on to theater next. I was beginning to lose faith that the rescue would come. Try to put on a brave face for the crew, but I think they noticed the cracks. I'm glad I wasn't proven to be a fool, at least. Not in this regard. I think we know I'm quite a fool elsewhere. You're no fool. We wouldn't have made it this far without you. It flatters me to hear, Captain, but I am a fool. Fool and proud. Pauses for a moment. I have to thank you. Our journey together has been humbling. For you and me both. Indeed, we've learned so much from each other, haven't we? I spent a great deal of time thinking about how I'd be referred to long after I was gone. I changed my name, adjusted my voice. I became the sort of man I thought they'd write books about. Whether I truly am that man or not, I don't mind. Not anymore. Just be happy to see my children again. Until next time, Robin. May you have a wonderful life. Shaw, can you believe it? Minerva Appleton herself coming to collect us. Absolute madness. Too many surprises out here. Hopefully we don't see another. That's true. We want no more surprises. We want boring. Somehow you've managed to be prepared for each one. All part of the job, Captain. I don't know if I didn't know if they'd bother picking us up. I'm used to employers treating me like that. When you're not useful, they just scrape their shoes and be done with you. I'm shocked of all people the Appletons would come looking for us. Why wouldn't that? You must have great value in our expedition. Yeah, let's say that. Aye, but for what? We haven't been able to save the Viscount, that's for sure. Wonder why they wanted it. Wonder what we're missing. Pauses for a moment. I'll be honest with you. I was so focused on keeping us alive, but I didn't think we'd actually make it out of there. Thought I was just delaying the inevitable. You kept me going, Captain. Kept me busy. If you hadn't... Oh, we couldn't have made it here without you, Hammond. I never gave up hope. All part of the job. Yeah, we couldn't have made it without you. I know. But thanks anyways. Never thought I'd say this, but maybe there's still plenty to learn from. I've learned from you, Captain. And I am able to admit that now. Don't get me wrong, though. Me being stubborn still kept us alive. Wouldn't have it any other way. We did it. Soak this time in. I know I will. That's it. We did it. We did it. Some weeks later. Whew, we're at like a year now, or longer. We're still going. This game is not over. This is the game that doesn't end. I'm not necessarily complaining. It's just it's so odd to have that I just don't have like a sense. I've enjoyed the last like 2 hours, but it's just I just don't have a sense of how long it is. Here it is, final draft. Should be ready for print in tomorrow's newspaper. A tin food company investing so heavily in an expedition like this. I wonder what they were looking for. What do you think your next investigation is on? You never stop, do you? No wonder you love those explorers and survivalists. The idea of taking a rest doesn't register you, does it? You never stop, do you? No wonder you love those explorers and survivalists. The idea of taking a rest doesn't register you, does it? No, it doesn't. Disappearing for a year and then coming back with us? An epic tale of survival. Against the elements and the end of the world? Here, I was thinking you'd finally gotten yourself killed. I'm afraid to say that you haven't seen the last of me, not at all. So did she get paid her full amount? Or is she paid by the story? Oh. Kurt, you bloody idiot. What is it, Clive? I'm left-handed. I throw a punch with my left hand. But with the current blocking, it looks better if you throw it with your right. Then change the blocking. Ah, right you are, Clive. Your attention to detail is impeccable. What you pay me for? Can you believe it, old chum? 2 weeks, and the Tale of the Temperance, our tale, will be on stage. Look at this. Our old scrape-up. Just as I remember. You remember it. The way you remember it's got more holes in it than cheese. Ah, perhaps. I'm getting up there in the years. Good thing to grow old. I've learned. Don't you think, old friend? I do. I'm so glad we made them friends. I don't know how this game could have turned out otherwise. Like, as I mentioned before, it's a little too long to replay the whole thing, but I'm rather curious. Lots of decisions were made. How many endings did they shoot for this game? I don't know. Or is it just like good ending and bad ending for everybody, and then you have to get there one way or the other? All right. Who ordered the full fry? A patron raises her hand. Here, Junior. He was a musician. Come now, can't you see the resemblance? It's my brother. I can tell him to keep it down if you'd like. Not at all. Not at all. He's doing a tremendous job. You heard that, Grimly? Aye, aye. Always humble. Please welcome Lady Ingrid Cordelia Weston. Cordelia enters the gala to the shock of many, and a dog follows on her side. The woman gently nuzzling the creature's head. Arf, arf. Try not to get too excited, Stanberry. It's only a gala. Lady Weston. What is the meaning of this? Sir, you call me by my name, yet you have no idea who... Yet I have no idea who you are. Well, you should know that. I was not asking. You cannot bring a mutt. How odd, he seems perfectly capable of doing so a moment ago. Arf. Yes, yes, this way, Stanberry. Many hands to shake, names to forget. That's... Why is she here? I prefer to be home before late. The pup needs to be fed. Cordelia continues across the room, her faithful dog in tow. Well, didn't expect that. I guess at some point I've saved all of these people. I didn't have a loyalty check with Grimly. Other than that, I had like a loyalty check where some of these people were going to be gone. Nutley and Cash stand at the entrance of the barber shop, belonging to Arthur Nutley Sr. Nervous? Always, yes. Ah, but are you more or less nervous than usual? Less nervous. More giddy? A good sort of nervous, I suppose. Nutley enters, followed by Kasha. Is that him? He's coming this way. Arthur Nutley Sr. spots his son from across the ship. Wait, ship? Shop. Been playing boats too long. My goodness, is that really you? Father, the doctor isn't able to begin his sentence, interrupted by the barber throwing his arms around him, granting him a constricting hug. It's you, my boy, you're alive. The younger Arthur hesitates, surprised, before returning the hug from his father. I am. Does your mother know, your sister? Unless they've read in the paper. Speaking of, I wrote something for you. Nutley hands his father an envelope. Please read it, sometime when I'm not here. Of course, I will. Kesha clears her throat. Pleased to meet you, sir. Kesha Belfort. I don't think I didn't notice. How do you know my son? I hope he's gotten himself into trouble. Arthur in trouble? Hardly. Well, I think you see that we're an item. Yes. Pauses for a moment. Or a grin on his face. Son, you've been busy. Come, sit. I have much to hear. This Kasha girl, she gets like two endings, kind of. One on her own, and one is part of Nutley's. The old scientist ponders the table before him. He lights a cigarette. Oh, he's smoking now. Mr. Templeton wishes to... You wish to speak with me? Yes, don't worry. This won't take long. Out with it, then. Murder Reverend, I, Richard Templeton, hereby tender my resignation. This is sudden. I assure you that is not. I've given this a great deal of thought. I intend to leave your services, effective immediately. Very well. Will that be all? Will that be all? Is there anything else you need of me? No. One reflection. There's nothing else I need from you. Minerva exits the greenhouse. Well, that was fast. Templeton breathes a sigh of relief. Alright. Act 5. I guess we end Act 5. I got achievements for everybody who survived alive. The doctor, the journalist, science, engineer. The cook, the kennel master. I survived the ice with Minerva's support. Bringing the stowaway there and back again. I just got like 15 achievements. I guess they're all based on how the game ends. Which makes sense. Week 38. Yeah, week 38? Wasn't it actually week 39? Did the game do a little weird thing there where it was confused? It did a weird thing, didn't it? Go back. Rewind and go back. I have the benefit of being able to look at my thumbnail from the last time I played. I landed on the island at week 38. Or week 39. And the game, like, kind of was, like, kind of weird about that. Like, I think it's programmed to be week 38, but I delayed a week somehow, maybe in like one of my decisions. So it was a cold, flame white captain. I made a pledge to the ice. Afraid. These reveal some chart ahead. So anyways, I think the game rewound a week once I got onto the island. And so, there you go. It's one that I have fed. Such lonely souls were led. I don't really enjoy the journal writing, I'll be completely honest. I've learned to live a life out here on the pale beyond. The Temperance on the bottom of the ocean. I think it was a little more destroyed than that, but that's fine. Bellar Studios. Okay, what do I think of the game? I like the game. Let's start there. I know I often come off rather critical at times, but I did like the game. I thought it was good. It was interesting. But I said this before, and now having finished it, I'm gonna say this again. Weeks like 8 through 22, that really felt like a slog, and maybe it was supposed to feel like a slog. Like that's the idea. Man, if they could have just like shaved a little off that. Shaved a little off the beginning? I don't know. But I think I kind of actually nailed it. So we played on normal difficulty. There's normal, there's original. I think one of the things they added was this ability to like go back to the beginning of the week. And I made probably, I think I made like 5 what I would consider really big errors. And one I was able to fix because genuinely when I... Alright, I'm going to turn the volume down on the music here. Genuinely when I went between games, weeks, it forced me to replay a week, but that's okay because I had made a bad decision. But it wasn't like a horrible decision. Excuse me. But never got grimly on my side. Some of them were very easy to get on my side. And then what else? Yeah, kind of really enjoyed the ending. Little too much like just dialogue there at the end. There was I think 4 different final speeches with everybody section, and it was hard to feel resolved when it kept there kept being one more. Expanded epilogue scenes. Okay, so maybe that's actually new, some of the stuff we just saw. I don't think it was bad. I like the epilogue. So, would I recommend the game? Yeah, for sure. But you see what you get, and if you're a kind of a slow, deliberate player like me, this is a pretty long game. Yeah. Let's see, how many hours did I play? So 4.5, like just playing, not the chit-chatting with chat here. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10.5, and then this is probably another 3. Yeah, 13 hours or so. Yeah, kind of on the high end. I've seen people on YouTube, not looking for spoilers, but just looking for how long the game is. They play it in 6 hours. So little too long to replay and then see how your decisions matter. But yeah, interesting game, great visuals. Thanks for making it. Okay, we'll call it there. So thank you everybody for joining me. I hope those of you on YouTube, you've enjoyed the YouTube exclusive ending. And I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. Bye.